Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Welcome back.
Oh, yes. Hello. Sorry.
Our apologies for technical difficulties.
Yes, we were trying to make sure that we were accessible to everyone on
Yes.
each platform that we could possibly get out to reach to.
Yes, because we like to reach out to everyone.
We like to touch everyone. I mean,
This is why we don't have nice things, dude. This is why we don't have anything nice. It's because you just go around like touching people.
that's what she said.
Back on track. Liar's Night 2019. There are rewards for playing and DMing. First thing you need to know is that every hour that you play as a DM or a player, you earn 1 candy corn.
1 candy corn.
And now, what can you spend candy corn on?
No, but wait, Mikey.
Wait, what?
How can you earn more than 1 candy corn?
Oh, they have a costume contest.
Yes.
That's one. Wait, what do you got in mind?
They will be dropping random things certain times, like every day a new monster, I believe, gets dropped,
yes.
correct?
So one neat thing that they have is throughout the month, as you check the Adventures League website, they will have wandering monsters for DMs to include in their adventures. They don't have any monsters out yet for 2019. However, I do have a couple of the things from last year. So they give you things like, where's the Kenku? So a Kenku chemist. They'll tell you things like, they'll give you a thing in an encounter. So the Kenku attempts to convince the characters to help her make something greater than gold. And there's a whole kind of scenario that they get to do. When you kind of finish these encounters, you get extra candy corn and all the more fun and good things that you can spend on some awesome prizes. Oh, by the way, so my favorite part about this whole thing is like the merchant for this. Like it's a mouse.
He's so precious.
He's covered in candy.
I mean,
corn.
not as cute as Boo,
Not as cute as Boo,
but he is pretty cute.
very precious. Name the Colonel, and they've got beautiful art. If we don't have it up, we need to get it up because it's super adorable.
Yeah, it's really good art. I mean, it fits for it's like got that old school feel to it, you know what I mean? And it fits like that whole fall Halloweeny feel that I remember when I was a little kid being around like my grandmother kind of a deal, you know?
Nana, look, a rat.
You know, little mice. My grandmother loved like little creatures like mice and frogs were like her favorite. Who did?
Stuffing burritos.
Stuffing burritos.
Ooh, stuffing burritos. That sounds delicious. Are you making some for all of them?
Wait, is it stuff in burritos or stuffing burritos?
I can't see.
I can't see that far.
Oh, I see it. Stuffing burritos on the top. See, he is stuffing burritos.
Dog.
Oh, do we get to pick what's in it, or are you going to fill it for us? I don't know.
Side note, I went out for food, and I got a burrito, and the gentleman who made the burrito, stuffed the burrito, to the bread. It was the best burrito I've ever had.
Oh, I love when they do that. When they get the big, huge tortilla,
yeah,
and they fill it up where you're like, how? No, they're not closing that. That thing's going to fall apart the minute I take it out, and then it's so satisfying when it's still in that big baby
they're wrapping it, and there's rice and stuff falling around.
Oh, okay. Now I'm hungry. Stuffing burrito. Thank you for the follow.
Fired. Back to it. We got your grandmother.
So yeah, no, she really loved mice and frogs. So Halloween was our jam when I was a kid. My grandmother, as a Catholic Colombian woman, she was very torn by the whole demonic aspect of it, you know what I mean? But she also saw the really fun side about it, and she used to engage in decorating, and I remember all kinds of cool stuff as a kid, and she loved little tiny mice dressed up in costume. That was her thing, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. And so the artwork really reminds me of my childhood, so I really enjoy it. I think it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So some of the things that you can get as rewards for playing D&D is by trading with the Colonel, the most adorable little mouse gentleman, and you get a variety of goods based. They all have a candy corn cost, but some of the rewards are incredible. I guess we'll start at the top.
Let's start at the top, and then we can talk about which ones are. I think we should talk. I can't even say favorite because everyone in the group is like, oh, we already know which one's Cindy's favorite. And so, yes, I do love it. But each and every one has a really like I either really want to get it or I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. You know, I wouldn't mind having it.
We'll have to do some math and figure out how many hours that we'll have to play
get all of it.
To get all of it. Because I'm a huge all of them except for one. I love all of them.
I have a child, but we can work around this.
Yes, include the boy.
We should have 24-hour gaming one day just to try to earn as much candy corns as we possibly can.
Yes. Now I do know that you're not allowed to compile their candy corns. That's like I wish we could all like.
Oh, like have like a mosh.
Okay, first
thought
off, of big change in season 9. The table size is now more of a recommendation, so you can run a table of like 14 people and things like that. So I think we should have a huge, crazy. What do you mean no? No. Yes, we should have a huge group of all of our friends that want to get everything, and then just game for like a week straight. Just nonstop, all day, every day. We'll rotate DMs in the group. That way, not one person gets burnt out.
That would be fun. Yes. That would be fun. And then we would rotate a nap like that, too. One person in the group gets to take a nap. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that way, because the wheel's always rolling, you know?
You only get a 4-hour nap, though.
No, 1 hour. You only get 1 hour nap.
Uno mas.
Trust me, you don't want more than that.
You only get short rests.
Only short rests. So at the top of the list, for 12 candy corn, you get the Dread Helm, the Liar's Night 2019 edition. This is a wondrous item, common. This fearsome skull is wreathed in illusory.
Where are you seeing this?
Right here. Illusory. Green flames.
Illusory.
Yeah. Welcome to Cleric Games, where we try to pronounce words. Illusory green flames and makes your eyes glow red. So basically, you get a helmet that makes you look like a flaming skull with the red red pinholes.
So this is one of those to me where I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind having it. But it's not like I really want to have it.
I want to do the Christmas with straw. I don't want to wear that.
That would be pretty funny though. Yeah. We just decorate you with like green bowels. Is that what they're called? I don't know. Not bowels, but bowels.
Bowels. Green bowels.
That's what I'm talking about. A pile of green shit. We are having a day today here at the studio, aren't we?
Yes.
So that one's cool. Now this one.
This is your next favorite?
This one is the one I really like. I thought that was kind of cool. Like, can I read it? Yeah. And then the next one I want you to read, but this one I want you to hold very dear to you. Okay. Because this is the one that I when I read it, I was like, Mikey and I and one other person have to have this. Like, we have to do this and go out to the tables and just complete chaos. And that one, when he reads it, you'll understand why. So I'll do the cauldron to go. Okay, this is
24 candy corn.
24 candy corn, and it's very reasonably priced when I tell you what it is.
Yes.
It's a fun one.
I like this one.
Yeah, I like this one. The small cast iron cauldron bubbles with a mysterious lime green sludge, which acts as a random potion determined by a D6. When consumed, 1 potion of greater healing, 2 potion of poison, 3 potion of growth, 4 potion of diminution, 5 potion of invisibility, and my favorite one, 6 fruit punch.
Just roll on 6s.
Oh my god, fruit punch, please. Tell me my little tiefling that plays on Thursdays, little Sylvie, would not be like, yes, 6! That's what I wanted. I was thirsty. I wanted fruit punch.
Don't you, like, during those games, it's always juice boxes.
It is, so imagine a cauldron that just fills itself with fruit punch. I think any 6-year-old would love that. If the cauldron is empty, it refills with a new mystery potion at dawn. The cauldron's brew expires February 1st of 2020, after which it becomes a non-magical container, which I think that's more than enough time to have something like that for a while. And
from October till February.
Yeah, I mean, you can get bored of it, and then with the limited magic items you're allowed to have anyways, I think that's really cool, because then you're like, okay, well, I've had it long enough. It was fun. The flavor's done after February. Anyways, all the holidays are over. It's
we
time to
might
make
we might
room.
end up seeing the Cauldron to go at some of our January and February. Well, not our February conventions, but some of the stuff we're doing in January.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
What Rojo said?
What did Rojo say?
He
Also-
said that also can run as an official table with one player.
Oh, should we just do a marathon, Cindy? Just
Oh, that's right. The essential
you
kit
and
is AL legal. It is, but you have to run it that way, and we didn't run it that way.
Well, there's 3 of us. I mean, 4 of us, including me.
Because we did milestones instead of.
No,
points.
Milestones is season 9 now.
Yeah, but we started the game before that, so I don't know how
That's
it would
fair.
run.
We started retired. We'll just re-roll it from the top. Going to the top. We're starting over.
We'll have to talk to the officials about this and see what we could do to figure that out. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Maybe we can like legendary it or something.
That'll
like
be
that.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Anyways, that makes me nervous. The next one. This one I really like. It's 36 candy corn
Yes.
to get it, and I think if planned properly with your friends, it is worth the 36 candy corn. Please proceed.
So the item we have is called the Hat of Witchery. It's a wondrous item. It's common. Requires attunement. This black cone-shaped hat has a wide brim and is adorned with a tarnished brass buckle and a spindly legged spider who has made the hat its home. While you're wearing it, you gain the following benefits. You can use the hat as a spellcasting focus for your class spells. You can try to cast a cantrip that you don't know. The cantrip must be on your class's spell list, and you must make a DC 10 Intelligence Arcana check. If the check succeeds, you cast a spell. If the check fails, so does the spell. And the action is used to cast a spell is wasted. In either case, you can use this property again. You can't use this property again until you finish a long rest. And the last part, one of my favorite parts about
The best part of the whole thing.
If 3 allies are all wearing and attuned to hats of witchery, and are within 30 feet of each other, the checks above are made with advantage, and the character's skin turns green, and their voices become raspy and aged.
Yes, Mikey. we shall rule them all with our magic spells.
I'm trying to imagine this in the sense that like my character either doesn't know that their voices turn to like this like witch's voice,
I love it.
or like when it does, like what happened to my voice? But yes, the hat.
Maybe the first time.
Maybe.
I can see like if it was the first time that you actually went into it and it happens. Like imagine using the hat. Your character uses the hat like multiple times on its own, and then you're sitting at a table with other people that are doing it. They're like, "Yeah, I have the hat too." Like how your character would react for the first time. Like, what? This is the first time this is happening. Yeah. Oh my
They need to have a little blip under there. It's like your character might also go chaotic.
God.
Bring me the boy. The child is mine.
Let me poke him. He'll be delicious.
But I love the fact that you can use it as a spellcasting focus for your class.
Mm-hmm.
So as a bard, you can have a hat and no longer need to use your loot to cast your spells, and I think that's fun. That's really cool.
Yes.
The cantrip utility is cool. So if there is a cantrip on your spell list that you just are like, it could be useful in this one scenario, you still get to cast it.
Yeah.
And
so
it's fun.
On a side note, before we finish Stuff and Burritos, who just followed us, says, "Can you give me a quick breakdown of the channel? Obviously joining for the first time. Also, would love for you guys to have a theme song if you guys don't." We are trying to bring all of it together, and that is something that we've definitely been discussing about maybe having some sort of intro.
Yes.
Um,
Currently, the intro is, "Are we live yet?"
yeah, that is pretty much it.
That's kind of that's how every show starts. Are we live yet?
But a quick breakdown of our show. What Cleric Games is, we are a pretty much Dungeons and Dragons heavily based gaming company. We throw events, we sell products. We try to bring as much conveniency. Is that even a word?
It's a new word that we
It's
just
a
came up with.
symbiotism, as
It's
we
a
call
symbiotism.
them. We try to bring convenience to the tabletop. and try to bring you the latest of what we know of it that's either on the market or what's coming out, whether it be a new game that's some sort of role-playing game. Right now we do a lot of Adventures League talk. That's what we deal with the most. We are very familiar, some of us more than others, of the rules that go on, and we like to come together as a community and discuss a lot of the things that are going on now in the RPG, and again, once again, more so the Dungeons and Dragons world.
A couple of opinions, a little bit of news, and a whole lot of us.
A lot of
doing whatever us is.
Yeah, that it all depends on the day.
Yeah, we are branching out. We'll have other shows like painting minis.
Yeah, we have
More
we have boxed or unboxed, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah, unboxed some games.
Unboxing.
Yeah. We've done that.
Oh yeah, we play Dauntless sometimes.
Oh, we do play video games. We are going to be playing more than that, than Dauntless, coming here soon. So there's a schedule that is being worked out. We are a growing channel.
Yes. And yes, Stuff and Burritos. There will be a point where you too can join us in either a game or influencing a game.
Yes, we are working on, right now we are on our, that's a great segue. We're actually working on Discord right now. We are considered as a Seattle-based Discord, but we welcome anyone that is even outside of that area. If you are interested in what we're doing here at Cleric Games, we will have a channel available within there for the Cleric Games sections. And we will be opening up D20 games, I would say probably by February of 2020 is probably going to be where we start play testing things like that and see how
That's
that
fair.
does.
Yeah.
I would say around there, just with how scheduling is with trying to get the channel going, but that is definitely within the plans of early 2020 of trying to get Roll20 growing and having some of our viewers come and play games with us. We'd definitely enjoy that.
Yes.
Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Oh.
All right, the candy corn of, what is it? The night of liars. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yes.
It's Liar's Night.
Oh, Liar's Night.
Yes.
Okay.
It's good enough.
Yeah. So the next one. Now I don't know what this is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
I can explain this one. It's the
What is it? What's the
lemure?
Yeah. What is lemure?
It's this little gross looking demon.
Okay, because I was like, lemur, I know what a lemur is, but I highly doubt it has anything to do with putting on a cute lemur
this little
onesie.
chubby monster thing that's like, meh.
And you get to wear a onesie that looks like it?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Cute. That's kind of cute.
No.
It's a simple cosplay for your character. Be like, oh, let me put on a onesie.
That's fair. So for
what it looks like now.
For 48.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Are we
let me see what it looks like. Oh my god, I want this onesie.
No, you don't.
Imagine again, Sylvie. She's putting it on like.
Here we go. Onesie. That one right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
Got rolls on rolls on rolls. Rolls on rolls on rolls.
They put
pain.
Rolls.
Pain is a kind of cute one though too. That is fucking hilarious. All right. That reminds me of so many different type of monsters on like the different cartoons that I watched as a kid. All right. I feel it.
So for 48 candy corn, there's the lemur onesie.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about this onesie?
Did you read that?
No. What?
Mr. Gramling.
Oh.
Do you remember the book being stolen from the Library of Doom?
No, I do not.
Uh-oh.
You have to give me more. Do you remember the book being stolen from the Library of Doom? What is it from?
Did you run a game where a book was stolen?
That's what I was thinking. I don't know, Mikey.
Wait a second. Maybe.
Oh, there's
maybe
codings. I like this. This is a good mystery.
Possibly.
Stuff and burritos. Wall of death upon everyone who runs into it.
I broke my pen.
That's how nervous he just got when you gave him that answer. Mikey.
You'll have to give me a minute to.
Wall of death upon everyone who runs into it. That would suck. Did you do that as a DM?
I would never do anything like that to anyone.
Dude, it's like if somebody came up to me at PAX. Do you remember running this? No.
Oh gosh. I mean, that's one of my. I do like have like a story about a book. I don't know if it's something that I came up with originally. Let's look here. Let's move on for a quick moment while I try and ponder that.
Yeah.
What's the lemur onesie?
The lemur onesie, here, let me read it, because like I said, it sounds like it would be a cute little outfit. This comfortable fleece onesie is complete with cozy, if amorphous
Yeah.
feet. What does amorphous mean? Like no feet, right? Like just like a blob, right? I would think of it like a moo-moo. When wearing the onesie, you make yourself into belongings on your person. Wait. When wearing the onesie, you make yourself, including belongings on your person, appear as a lemur.
How do you say it?
Lemur.
Oh,
That's a fancy fucking monster.
Please, would you pass the lemur?
Yeah, I know. That sounds like a really fancy monster. Like maybe it wouldn't be that bad running into it. And then you see it and you're like, holy no. The appearance fails to hold up a physical inspection. To discern you are disguised, a creature can use its action to inspect your appearance and must succeed an intelligence investigation check, DC 13. The fabric is inexpensive and quite flammable. While wearing this onesie, you have vulnerability to fire damage. That makes sense, because if you are a parent, you will know that there are tags that normally go, hey, if your child's wearing this and there's a fire, be careful, because they will actually go up into flames even more. Which always fucking worried me. Like, why are you gonna make pajamas that are even more flammable for your child to wear and then be like,
Did you hear? No, there was actually a situation one time where I think it was underwear. They got kids it was colorful or like superhero underwear, but the problem with it is the fabric they used could conduct heat so fast that their pants would literally catch fire. Did you ever hear about that thing? It was I think it was underwear.
Oh,
there was a fabric.
Poor little
So one
cheeks and stuff.
Yeah, one Christmas, a bunch of kids got all the underwear that would just like catch fire. And there was like other situations where like the underwear would catch fire in the present box, and like it was wild.
You were a bard, loved by all
except the DM.
You should be wearing costumes for all your October streams. IRL Joe. Hey.
I'm down.
I did something. And my cute little shirt and theme of Avernus here were
it says
go to hell. And I will.
So back to the lemur onesie. One of my favorite aspects is the fact that you have vulnerability to fire damage, and like the campaigns and everything are like taking you to the land of like brimstone and fire.
Yeah. So like be careful when using it. And for 48, what is that?
Ignore that noise.
What is that vibration?
It's my phone.
Mute that chat.
I can't. Okay. I gotta wait for it to pop up so I know which chat it was. I can't mute that chat. That's our like company chat.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No, it's not. Anyways, for 48 candy corn, I don't know if that's one that I'd be willing to.
I would do it to run around like a little demon. Or is it demon or devil? I think it's devil. It's devil, right? Might be a little devil.
No, that would be a creature, wouldn't it?
Hold on a second. Now, here's the thing: is that you have to wear the hat of witchery and the onesie at the same time with your cauldron. And
that's all your magical items on you on one person.
Yes.
That's all you get? Get out of here.
Yes.
No, okay, so now last but not least, the one that I definitely I have to.
This is the one that everyone, a lot of us are really into. Like, I'd like to get it.
I have to get it.
Now, it's a bit expensive.
It is very expensive.
It's a solid 60 candy corn.
It is.
Now, there are ways. So like we discussed, every hour that you play. So you could play 60 hours of D&D throughout the month of October. You could also submit to they're doing a costume contest.
Okay.
So if you go to the website, you can submit a picture of your costume, and you get 5 candy corn out of that.
Okay.
There's also the Wandering Monsters. So throughout the month, they will just kind of add in like October-themed curiosities and monsters.
And quote it, because it says on there that a burst of candy corn will come flying out of it.
Oh yeah, when you complete the monsters, it like explodes into a hail of candy corn.
So that's the only way to get more than 1 candy corn per hour.
Yes.
Type of a deal.
So it is pretty solid that you can make 60 relatively quick. This is Fritter, the 7-legged spider. How many legs do spiders usually have?
8.
What happened to one of his legs?
I don't know. And it's so cute. And it's so sweet. No, but wait. That's not it. They look at what else they do to him.
I will. Okay, so Fritter, the 7-legged spider, is a mouse. The colonel insisted this tarantula of unusual size is house trained. See,
Colonel.
Fritter wears a harness made of definitely not humanoid teeth, how dare you, and woven spider webs. Fritter uses the giant spider stat blocks with the following changes. Now, for your own safety, Fritter's poison glands have been removed. Their bite does not deal poison damage. Fritter also has an intense fear of heights. You must succeed a DC 15 animal handling check to convince Fritter to use the spider climb ability. Now, if in the unfortunate news Fritter is killed, you can always summon him back with the Find Steed or Find Greater Steed.
Right.
So 60 candy corn, you get a 7-legged spider that's scared of heights and does not have poison glands. And
that to me, like, it's gonna sound stupid, but like the animal activist in me like kicked in like, psh, they will not allow for a cat to get declawed, but you're gonna go ahead and defang a poor tarantula mount spider. Like, how dare you take that from him? Like, I was like, I almost felt kind of sad.
And who is definitely house trained.
But I know it's for your own safety, yada yada yada.
You know, some spiders are a little bitey. Maybe Fritter was extra bitey.
Look, Fritter has rights, okay?
That's fair. What? Hold on a second.
What?
Fritter's afraid of heights.
He is.
Fritter lost a leg.
Fritter.
Do you think Fritter fell from heights?
Oh, he like sounds like a mix of like a cat and a broken horse. You know what I mean? And you gotta like try to like bring it back and like show him some sort of faith in not humanity, obviously, but in some sort of races of besides spiders. But yeah, no, he is a pretty smart cookie.
Fritz, you better sign with that chat because Josh and I are talking about painting. Get out of here, Fritz. I am a smart.
Common magic items don't count against your magic item limit. Oh, Danny with the rules. Of course, he's gonna know that loophole.
Side note.
So that's good to know. I didn't know that. I thought magic item meant magic item, and that was it. I didn't know a common magic item against your magic. I don't know. That's very confusing. That wording is confusing. I think I need another dab.
Get out of here. On a side note, Danny hit me up and mentioned that we were at PAX this year.
Yes, we were.
And we gave out a whole bunch of pre-mades. And because we are so great, we have pre-mades based on some of the characters that
in our life.
Yeah, and one of them is based off of me. And Danny was playing a game with another player.
No, Danny played Blue Feather?
No, Danny didn't play Blue Feather, but Danny sat next to another gentleman that played Blue Feather. I mean, heavy changes were taken.
Of course.
But ultimately, like, that was flattering. That was really cool to hear. Like, oh, hey, look, it's another Blue Feather.
I don't even want to talk about what you've done to poor Joshua and what I've heard people in the background say. Because
Stuff Marino says smart cookie for the most part.
Look it. When you made Josh's character. I never was like, oh, let me see that pre-gen and read it. Never.
Nope.
Never. And then one day I hear a woman it took me a year, okay, a year to realize what was on these pre-gens. Yeah. And this lady across the way at Renaissance Fair is like, well, I got all the goods. And I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? And she's like, yeah, my name's Joshua Gonzalez, and I got drugs for sale. It's like, what the fuck? And I was like, what did she just say? And I think you were sitting next to me. You were like half dead, half alive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what did she just say? And you're like, what? And I was like, she just said Josh's full name and then said some shit about drugs and that she's there to fucking take care of people. And just it's like, that's what I made the cleric into. I said, what the fuck?
Well, all I can say,
I don't know.
Cindy, it's your fault. It's your fault that you didn't proofread any of the pre-mades that I made.
I had somebody go, WWJD, what would Josh do?
Yeah.
And they go, I would heal you, but there's drugs over there. I need to go get them.
Oh,
now,
you hear the shenanigans that
the
go
drugs
on?
part, that was purely
translated by other people?
Yeah.
Well, it seems like a lot of people have translated it in that manner, which means you obviously set it up to be translated in such a manner.
My favorite part is the cleric's backstory rings truth to his real life. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's the other part of that now every time I hear the goddamn Fresh Prince of Bel-Air go off, it's like, there's Josh Thiems.
It's fantastic.
He's never even been to fucking where he's
Tuesday
from.
Game's gonna have the cleric in it.
What's that?
Your Tuesday game's gonna have the cleric reject.
Laura is going to play the cleric for the Tuesday game for today.
Oh, okay.
That's exciting.
Oh my god.
That's very exciting.
Poor Laura.
Oh, she loves it.
Laura's great. I just feel.
Have I ever met Laura?
Yes.
She played him at PAX. That's the person who goes, what would Joshua do?
Oh yeah.
She had the cute little outfit on with the boots with the bows on the back
with
of
the
it.
Boots and the bows.
Yeah, you know Laura.
I do know Laura.
Yes.
Back on track. Liar's Night 2019. Every hour you play, every hour you DM, you earn candy corn. Every wandering monster that you defeat, you earn candy corn. If you participate in the costume contest, you also get extra candy corn. Do all of these things. Check it out. It's fantastic. Really fun to include in all of your games. So check out the Adventures League website. They'll have wandering monsters posted for this year and this year only. Moving onward, we have another topic to discuss.
Oh, do we?
We do.
No.
So
Let's just stay on the candy corn.
no, let's get away from the candy corn. let's talk about the children. So there have been a couple of fundraisers going on in the D&D community with Extra Life. We have Travis
Fantastic.
Woodall. We've got
Woo-hoo!
Greg Marks and Amy Lynn Durza. The three of them have been working together to raise money through Extra Life.
Yes.
And they're killing it.
Yeah, they were at TwitchCon this last weekend, and they did some pretty funny stuff that I saw on social media.
Then
They were playing some games.
Yes.
They were earning some money. They were doing pretty cool. I mean, not Travis and all them, but just Extra Life in general.
So a little bit about Extra Life. Extra Life has been around since 2008. They have been the whole concept is for the gaming community to play games and raise money for children.
Yes, and it seems like this has been something that they do every year.
Yes.
Some of these guys are new to it that are participating. Some of them, like Travis, have actually been doing it for a couple of years. Travis, I guess, has been doing it for about 3 years, it says on his site. And so every year, I mean, this year, goddamn, Travis, I watched it start from the beginning. I haven't seen anybody else because I haven't had an easy time finding everybody else's stuff for some odd reason. I don't know why. But Travis, his since day one, because we're friends, I've been seeing it pop up on my feed constantly, and the updates that are going on, it updates me every time he puts it up. And I cannot believe the hype and how much people are really putting into it. It's amazing. Yes. Right now, he's at $23,281.
Yeah.
And when he had it starting, I believe at like 5,000. Like his goal was to get 5,000, and if he started at 5,000, he was going to start having these bonuses. And after you would reach these like certain price points, you know, like these certain moments, he would be like, okay, here's another bonus that just got released.
Yeah, he's been adding stretch goals. Well, all of them have been killing it, and they've been raising thousands and thousands of dollars. Between Travis, Amy, and Greg, they're almost, I think they're somewhere around like 80, they're rearing up to $100,000 to donate to the kids this year, which is fantastic and beautiful. So thanks to the community.
Yes.
Thanks to Extra Life for kind of giving gamers a really fun and powerful way to help support children in need.
Yeah, Children's Miracle is a pretty good program too. I mean, they work with so many different people, and they do so much good for kids and for the families that can't afford some of the work that's needed for their kids that when they get that sick. So I mean, it's pretty amazing.
And since 2008, they've raised over $50 million for all of the Children's Miracle Network
that's
hospitals.
Goosebumps, man. Because think about that. You're putting in, with that kind of money, not only are you paying for the bills and the doctors in those facilities, like, fold, you're also, I guarantee they're getting, like, new equipment with that. I mean, with that kind of money, imagine the kind of equipment you can bring to children. You know what I mean? And being able to give them some opportunity to come and play some Dungeons and Dragons and have shenanigans with us, you know? And that's a beautiful thing.
And there's been a kind of a light competition between Travis, Amy, and Greg over who can kind of get the most in donations. And a part of their little kind of competition they have going is they're offering some really fun and unique shirts for people who are donating. So if you play Dungeons and Dragons, I mean, you can. What I would tell you to do is, it doesn't matter who you donate to. Donations will help kids.
Yeah, it helps the same cause, but it's always fun to kind of see a little friendly competition amongst friends.
Yes.
And kind of see who ends up winning. And I think this is more one of those, it's not about like trying to help out who you like the most, because I mean, I love Travis, but it's all about who's got what. You know what I mean? And you know the money's gonna go to the same place, but now you want to know what you want to buy.
So
I want a pet, and I kind of want your help to help me find this pet, because I was gonna get my pet through Travis, but you know me, I need my tressums, and I gotta look for a tressum, and if someone's got a tressum, I gotta buy it. But if no one's got a tressum, then the next best bet. Now, what Travis has for a pet are fucking adorable.
So the list of donations to rewards for each of these three people is very vast. The best thing I can tell you to do, head over to extralife.org. In the top right, you'll find like a search for a player. All you gotta do is type in Travis Woodall or Amy Lynn Durza or Greg Marks. They'll take you right to the place. And I mean, like the rewards, they're vast. They have donations and certs for all sorts of things. So when it comes to pets, I haven't even had the chance to go through all.
Let's go through it really quick. We have some time. You said it's so easy and so quick to look them up. Let's do it. So the first pet we'll go over is, I want this help right now, Mike. We're gonna do this live and in color, dude, with everybody here. So this pet that Travis put up is quite precious. You read the description because it's really cute.
No, I want you to pronounce the name of this.
Almirage.
So how do you say it?
Almirage.
One more time?
Almirage.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So this is this is an Almirage. This is a...
See, thank you, Fritz. Can't talk about pets and not talk about the pets. Thank you.
Okay, that's fair. So, we need to pull up a picture of an Almirage. This is...
Ben's on it. They're so freaking cute.
This critter is adorable.
I want to own one in real life and give it kisses, like endless little kisses, and nuzzle into his little neck chest area and just tell him he's the cutest, most prettiest little thing ever.
So Travis has put up that his daughter absolutely adores the Almirage.
I don't know.
She's
pretty cute herself too. Travis's daughter is just as precious as this Almirage, and like I could see why she would love it because she's so. Her and Zeke were so cute too when they were playing, and like just her total like enjoyment for like precious things. I could see that, and I think it's really sweet for Travis as a dad.
Yeah. To
bring that up, and that right there, if there is no Tressums, more than likely this is what I'm going to go with, just because I do love Travis's daughter, and I think that in light of, you know, from one little girl to another little girl, because that's what I am, is just a little girl trapped inside an old woman's body, that I need to have me a unicorn bunny.
So for a $25 pledge, this nets you one random Almirage that will serve as your familiar or as a plucky companion. While friendship isn't guaranteed, companionship is. So this little critter is basically a unicorn bunny. Do we have a picture up?
I don't know. I can't see.
Me neither, because
the light is in my face and I can't see Ben.
You can't see Ben inside?
Yeah, there's a picture of it.
Perfect. So this is a unicorn bunny. It's cute. It's adorable. It is.
And it looks like a little leopard coloring on it too.
Yes.
It's little spots. Oh.
$25 to the kids will earn you this adorable little critter.
Now, the other thing I really like is the freaking pet boarding that Travis put up. I think that's really freaking cool. Like, can I read it?
Yeah.
Have a familiar, mount, animal companion, or vanity pet that you've grown attached to? Or did you at one point have a familiar, mount, animal companion, or vanity pet that died because you were too cheap to buy its boarding? To buy it barding? Then does Cranach Smolderburn have a deal for you? For a low price, Cranach will send you a suit of leather or scale barding for your familiar, mount, animal companion, or pet. A pet barding. That's what it is.
You can get a little outfit for your dude.
Can you blame him?
Don't worry, my animal companion is invincible. I love it. He's got all sorts of amazing things. A jar of soup you can get. The official resident of Cascadia. So for those of you guys that first off.
Wait. Something caught my attention. Hamlet wrote, what does that say? Tressum, flying cat. Does someone have a flying cat? Is that what you're telling me, Hamlet? That there's a flying cat? Or are you just teasing me and telling me you have a flying cat that I can't have?
Season 5, Fei Chen had a flying cat.
Yeah, see? There we go. More things that I can't have.
For a donation, you can become an official resident of Cascadia. So if you've done the, oh my gosh, what's the name? We've done the adventure before. With Vormenstrand's Scroll, that's what it's called.
Oh, yes, okay.
If you haven't played Vormenstrand's Scroll, find it on the DM's Guild. It's a fantastic little adventure.
Sorry, my brain's on flying cats.
Or donate and get it as well, because we're trying to raise money to help kids.
Or donate and get it as well, because we're also helping the children. But you can become an official resident of Cascadia, which is a fun thing. He's got all sorts. So this one's neat. This is one of the bigger donations. Now each of the three have a different. This is like one of the bigger ones. It's called Yip Yap. So if you donate $200 to Travis, you get a cert allowing you to become a kobold that does not count against your player's handbook +1 ruling for Adventures League. The only thing with it is that there are only 9 certs available. 2 of them have already been purchased. So if this is something that you want, get it while it lasts, because it's not going to last forever.
Do you want to know what a kobold reminds me of?
Oh no.
It reminds me of Mushi. If Mushi could stand like upright and like walk around, he would be like a dog version of like a kobold. You know what I mean? Like he would be a little shithead, but like funny at times. You know, like that's what I imagine my dog being a kobold.
So That's totally true.
I'm telling you, right? And he's all buff up here and is like oh
yeah.
so like you could see him like stand up and he'd walk around like, what? Like kind of trying to punk you and you're like, get out of here, Kobold. You know what I mean? Get out of here, Mushi. Like, you're a jerk.
I know.
He's like, psh, you know?
He's got things, all sorts of donations that it would take us literally.
Yeah,
forever.
I mean, there's a ton, and they can get really pricey. But one, again, it's for the kids, and two, it is if you are not one to buy watches and shoes and designer things, then this is kind of like your designer thing as a gamer. Like, this is where you get to floss on your friends when you're like, no, I have this, and I know that only 9 people in the whole world can have this because I paid $200 or whatever amount of money that you paid for something like that. And that's kind of, I mean, to me, like, I like to find little things like that. I don't like expensive shoes and all that kind of shit. I like expensive dices. I like expensive shirts. I like... you know, a girl knows what she wants, and I want things that are going to make my gaming experience that much glittery and fun. You know,
I love it.
For me, it just
speaking of the big donations. So one of the things Travis is offering for the big donation.
Oh yeah,
is that if you don't know Travis, you will learn that he loves both beer and Instapots, and if you donate a large sum, Travis himself will come to your house, cook you food, and DM a game for you. So long as you live kind of within the realm of where he lives.
And I can tell you, the food is always delicious. The beer is always bomb. The gaming is top of the line. And the comedy that you will experience is beyond any stand-up comedian that you're ever going to pay any amounts of money to go see live, because Travis in himself is worth he's priceless, you know what I mean? Like
he's worth $14.
No, seriously, some of my best memories of playing D&D have been created with having Travis and Bill Benham at the table and being able to just the comedy that is constantly going down, where everything is always, there's always comedy in something. Travis can dig that up and he can make you cry. Like,
I got to meet Travis at the Midsummer Renaissance Fair.
Yes.
He came and kicked it and hung out with some of the Cleric crew. Mm-hmm. And he's hilarious.
Oh my God. You hung out with him at the New Year's
a little bit, yeah.
We do.
A little bit. So, I didn't actually know who Travis Travis really was.
At that point I knew Travis through just social media. We've kind of interacted here and there. It was shortly after that where we started to become a little bit closer. That event set off everything. But like seriously, just I thought I was the only one that liked to repeat like things from movies. Yeah. I quickly learned I was not alone in that with Travis. I like imitating Valley Girls. With Bill and Travis, I was not alone with that. And I mean, it just a constant just laughing. My face when I visit these guys, you know, when Travis is on a roll, like my face fucking hurts from so much laughter.
I've heard a couple of stories that Travis tells, and now they're not for the faint of heart, but holy cow.
They're the best. What was it? It was 4,000, right? Yeah. Donation of 4,000.
Now the only downside to that is it's already been donated.
Oh, someone already bought it?
Someone already bought dinner.
Oh, whoever bought that is in for a goddamn treat then, because it is worth the $4,000. I can tell you that. I mean, if
what I want to know is what he cooks and what game they end up playing. That would be nice. And where they're at, so that I can have some
Travis will pick whatever delicious meal, I'm sure. And I'm sure his wife will help with helping him make that decision. And between Travis and Ellie, I think that they will just blow whoever.
They'll just
blow their minds for 4,000. Like I said, that it's worth it. That's just a drop in the bucket of what I think he's worth. I mean, I hate to.
Over $1,000 away from unlocking the last stretch goal too.
They're only $1,000 away
from the last stretch goal.
Yeah. See.
Now, following that, we also have Amy Lynn Durza. Now, all of the stuff that she's offering, I love everything that she's got on her page like the most.
See, I haven't read this now. See, now I gotta go back. I've never met Amy, and I've just heard really good things about her, and I've heard she's got a great sense of humor. So I'm definitely very curious to see what she put up.
I get to see her on Adventurers Wanted. That Lisa Penrose, they do that about once a month or so, where they kind of catch you up on some of the things going on. If you guys haven't checked out Adventurers Wanted, check it out. It's a nice little like news blip from WotC themselves.
Yeah. No, I've watched a couple, and I think they shoot it from like her living room or something like that, right? Like it's like super like intimate, and it's nice.
Yeah,
I've watched a couple episodes.
Yeah. Also, what you may not know is if you watch Adventures Wanted, every month what they do is they give you a magic item. Oh,
that's really cool.
So this month you got smoldering armor. So I got smoldering armor because I watched it. So.
You see what I mean? That nerd bling. That's what I'm telling you.
They were like,
people like that. You can try to play it off like he doesn't care. He cares.
I'm just letting you know that they were like, oh, hey, look.
You know, he says.
They were like, the Bard Creative is really excited about the smoldering armor. And I'm like, actually, in fact, I am. And I was like,
oh, look at that.
So if you check out Adventurers Wanted, they do give out it's a common magical item from the Xanathar. So it's nothing crazy, but it's something fun and nice, and it's nice to receive a little gift for watching.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Amy. We'll get to Lisa in a second.
Okay,
we'll talk more about her stuff.
First things first. I believe Amy put this out today. I just saw this in a Facebook post that she's putting out a cert. If you haven't played this game, it is the Untitled. Where is it? It's the Untitled Goose game. The Untitled. So you get the Untitled Goose cert.
Ben, can you find the picture and put up the picture too that they have with this? This is for Amy.
Lynn's. Yeah, this is Amy's stuff. It's a $10 donation to get the Untitled Goose cert. So. This is what she wrote, and this makes me smile every time. It's a lovely morning in the Forgotten Realms, and you have a horrible goose companion. The goose uses the statistics of the abyssal chicken with the added honk ability. Honk ability is once per day, the goose can honk at one creature within 5 feet of it, causing that creature to have disadvantage on its next attack. The goose can be used as an animal companion or resummoned using the Find Familiar. And you can only have like one of these per person.
Oh my god, talk about theater of the mind. Like my mind just imagines.
You have a little horrible goose companion. And just, straight up, the fact that it causes the whatever creature it honks at to get disadvantage is a huge combat ability. I love it. And I think...
I love it.
I think
why did that tickle me so much? That's so great.
And I think she just put it out that she was adding this.
Oh my god!
But she has a variety of amazing little items, like the cardigan of make-believe.
JW put up that she's got a unicorn pact. I'd like to see that.
Oh, we're going to get to it.
I got to see this.
Amy's got some wild things.
Let's be frank. Oh, with Lisa Frank.
So she just released this. She's putting out these pets, like the glitter elemental, unicorns, adorable little things. They've got the soul coin. Okay, this one, I love this. It's don't fly. I don't fly. I glisten. So wings are so last season. If you're hashtag DDAL Season 9 characters capable of flight, you can select this donation reward to remove their need for physical wings and instead glide through the air on brightly colored rainbow wherever you go. This is great.
Oh.
And I mean, there's more and more. There's the special Warlock pack with Bork Bork Bork, the Swedish chef. Bork the Bork Bork Bork.
Okay, so I'm from Southern California, going to Disneyland. At California Disney, they have a 3D Muppet show. Mm-hmm. And at the very end, when you look behind you in the theater, you could see the chef back there because like a bomb went off and like it opens up the wall and you could see him and he's like going crazy and he's like and he's like, oh my god, he's like and he's like doing all his shit. Dude, it's fantastic. So that's great. I love Muppets. I grew up on that shit.
So it's a warlock pact. You can form a pact with the Swedish chef. She also has the unicorn.
Okay, so what is this?
So is life as a warlock feeling a little dull? Need a bit of sparkle in your set? This uniquely designed donation reward allows you to make a pact with a unicorn. Now, I'm assuming that there's a bit more to this, because you get a cert that will probably have a little more to it, but why not form a pact with a unicorn? Why not create...
Well, when I think of unicorn, I think of Maliki. So that's why I'm very curious on what that means to make a pact with a unicorn as a warlock.
So I was recently looking over, like, the stuff. Do you remember Legend? It was put out in, 1985.
Wait a second. Hold up. Favorite movie... Tim Curry as the fucking devil. Yes, I know about fucking Legend. Don't even go there, okay? Like, that's my jam. Like, that was Tom Cruise and his finest with his messed up teeth. Like, that was my jam, okay?
I loved Una. I think it was Una, but it was the fairy companion who was really like prissy and being like, oh no.
It was pretty much Tinkerbell who just wanted to bone him, and just like Tinkerbell wants to bone Peter. And like can't because she's a fairy and it's a boy. And then she tries to like be a human. Yeah, no, okay, we can get out of Legend. But yes, what does it remind you? Oh, like it makes you think of like making like a pact with like the unicorns, like to protect them type of a deal.
Now, she also has. She's very warlock themed in her donations. Her last one is Our Lady of Sparkles, where you can form a warlock pact with Amy Lynn herself. Well, now you're stuck with me. Choose this donation reward and pledge your fealty to Our Lady of Sparkles. And so I love that. And then coming soon, this is something that I would really like to see, is she is working on an author-only session on Roll20. Yes. She's getting ready to kind of DM and run a game.
I feel it, girl.
And I feel it. I think it'd be really cool to like see her as a DM and her creative nature, because I mean the only experience that I ever get from her is her posts on Facebook, sometimes when she's on Adventurers Wanted and things like that,
and she's really important. She's very active on the community. Yes. I will tell you, I mean, she is on there answering questions. If you add her, she will come right in there and she will answer you. She is definitely I'm very excited about getting to meet her one day, because I think she's pretty fantastic. She's kind of new to the community too, right? Like she hasn't been around very long, has she? I don't know. I
can't tell you how long she's actually she's been with WotC, but
she's been active in the community like this is pretty new, because she's. At least I've been seeing a lot more of her recently than I had before in the community. So that's why I don't know how.
Oh no, I see her all the time.
But yeah, no, I think she's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, side note, Amy is donating to the children in Philadelphia. So that's. Oh, I should probably mention. So each of our three kind of lead DDAL community organ, all sorts of things. Each of them has picked their own kind of organization that they're donating to. Travis is donating to the Seattle Children's Hospital. It's one of my favorites. I've been there. I've taken my daughter there.
It's one of the most famous children's hospital. People fly their kids out here just to be seen by these doctors out here. They're pretty incredible.
Amy Lynn Durza is donating to the children in Philadelphia. And Greg Marks is donating to the children in Wisconsin.
So it's Greg Marks. Okay, I was told Greg Tito. So let's see what Greg Marks has, because I want to see the pets. Now, I thought Lisa also had a thing. No, she didn't do one?
I can't. I mean, I looked and I couldn't find her.
Interesting.
So. All right, and then we've got Greg Marks. He's got.
I was hoping Miss Penrose was gonna have something up there, because I can only imagine her, like what her imagination would have made.
Before,
because she's made some incredible things with like the books that she's done recently and everything. That I would have figured that she would have had some cool stuff. No.
What I'll do?
Wait, no, you're not spelling her name right.
Am I not?
Yeah, I think it's with a Y. No, get rid of the I.
Oh,
yes, I was right.
You're totally right.
Right. I was right, Ben.
You got me.
Mikey didn't think Lisa had a page up.
I couldn't find it.
And he was spelling her name wrong. Psh, boy.
Hashtag embarrassed.
It's okay. I embarrassed myself earlier with boarding instead of barding, so you know, it's okay. We all do that, you know.
Awesome. Well,
yes. Okay. So Lisa, here we go. I'm so excited because I have a feeling hers isn't going to be as full of as much humor as everybody else so far that we've seen. I have a feeling hers is going to be very serious and artistic and beautiful. So I'm really excited to see what. So
we'll get through Greg Marks.
Oh, okay. Let's get through Greg and then we'll get to Lisa. I'm really excited.
You got me.
Okay, so we got Greg.
So I didn't get to kind of pin through all this stuff. Greg has also got some pretty cool donations. We've got you can
rated by Encounters Roleplay.
Hey! Encounters, thank you.
Thanks for the raid.
Welcome everybody.
Quick recap, we're kind of going over the extra life stuff that is going on right now.
Yeah, if you are a Dungeons and Dragons gamer, if you are looking to bring cool things to the table, especially if you play Adventures League, getting involved with Extra Life right now, that a bunch of the guys like Travis Woodall, Lisa Penrose, Amy Linderza, and then we're doing Greg Marks right now, are doing this huge thing where they're having certs that you can purchase at different prices so that you can be one of the only people of your friends to have something cool to bring to the table, or different, and it goes to a good cause for children.
And it goes to the children.
The children. Think of the children.
So we've
ooh, you know who's gonna like this one? Greg Marks. This one. This is gonna be all about Fritz. Fritz better be listening.
Oh.
So it's $25 and it's goats again. What is it with these goats? They are everywhere. Fei Chen does not have room for this infernal goat horde. You get a random goat suitable as a familiar, animal companion, or pet. No refunds if your goat has been touched by Avernus. I think Fritz needs to get himself the goat.
We need some guts.
He needs a goat.
Greg.
Oh, he came for the goats. I'm telling you, bro. I knew you were going to like the goat.
I have been summoned.
Roleplay just gave us a follow.
Hey, thank you for the follow.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate the support.
Welcome.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog.
Greg Marks also is offering retirement home. So, oh wait, no, that's not the one. That's not the one. He has.
That's a good one. He is offering that, but that is not the one you were trying to talk about.
No, is it? Oh, it's my Infernal Tinkerer. So, if you donate to Greg Marks, you have the ability to get. You can create a new goblin or hobgoblin character as your race.
No, you can't, because they're sold out.
Okay,
well, so the Infernal Tinkerer, which was a $200 donation, and there were only 9 available, are now sold out. So still worth going to look at and reading. Go ahead, Mikey, explain it, because a lot of these guys have this kind of stuff up there. Last year they had a Tabaxi one. Yeah. This year. It seems like this one is a hobgoblin. Travis, I think, has the kobold. Has a kobold. So everybody has these characters where normally, if you're new to Adventure League, the rules are that you have to have the player's handbook plus one other book, and that is it. So, like, let's say you choose to be, like I just said, a Tabaxi. If you're going to be a Tabaxi, Tabaxi's found in bolos. Once you create that Tabaxi, which is the Tabaxi plus the plus one, if there's something that you wanted to do with the Tabaxi that is out of Xanathar's, it is not allowed within the Adventures League ruling when dealing with your characters. So having a cert that's going to allow you to come to the table to pull out a hobgoblin and then be able to now not worry about the book that it comes out of and use a different book for whatever it is that you need for your class is a huge advantage, and it's a big frustration off your shoulders.
Yeah,
I mean it allows you to be a little bit more set free and not so confined within your character build and setting.
It kind of gives you a player's handbook +2 feeling.
It really is. And so that's why for $200 for something like that, it is super worth the money. I mean, it is a great gift idea. If you know someone, if you have a wife or a husband and you guys are a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a son or daughter, anybody that you know that plays and every time you sit at the table with them and they're just mumbling and pissed off because they want to do some sort of cool thing with themselves as a druid or a bard, and there's all these cool things that they can't touch because the race they chose to pick, then this is a way to not only relieve your headache, but also to make them super happy and to look at you every time they have to go and build their character and level up, because they're going to smile at you and be like, you're the best. If it wasn't for you, I couldn't have done this cool thing. Thanks. And it's very satisfying.
It's pretty satisfying.
It is very sad. Danny can attest to that because he has made me a very happy girl. He is one of the best DMs and friends that I could probably ever have asked for. And him and Travis created something super fucking cool.
Yeah.
I
mean...
No, it was for Esperanza.
Did you guys see what Fritz said?
No, what did Fritz say?
How are we not talking about the per your pet? Per to your pet.
What do you mean?
Where is that, Fritz?
Fritz!
From who?
It's not that one. It's not that one.
Oh, pet! A pet for your pet! Shut the fuck up! Sorry.
Dog. This is why we don't have nice things. Hello and welcome.
Oh my god! Yay!
So, pet for your pet.
Yeah, $10. That's a steal.
Does your character have a familiar, mount, or animal companion? Does your character have a familiar, mount, animal companion, or vanity pet? Mm-hmm. Does your pet sometimes get lonely when you go on adventuring and feel nervous when being forced into dangerous situations? Mm-hmm. Well, never fear. Fai Chen has acquired several tiny pets that serve as vanity affections for your current pet. Now, your cat familiar can have a pet mouse, or your giant raven mount might get a tiny sentient rain cloud. For a low price, Fei Chen will send you a random pet for your pet.
Now wait, I wonder if you can use this for Marmaduke.
Oh,
Marmaduke have a pet, so maybe he won't be so angry and stressed out.
I don't think Marmaduke wants another pet. I think Marmaduke wants to be number one all day, every day.
Yeah, but that's why he needs a pet, to keep him not so cranky.
That's fair.
Poor little Marmaduke.
$10 donation. There's no limits.
It's a goatception. You get a goat for your goat.
I can get a goat for
It's like a mirror. Oh my god. Okay, so that's great. All right, so now we got. Is there anything else that's super cool from
the last
from
thing
Greg?
he is offering a wondrous adventure.
Ooh, $2,000.
So he will write a unique 4-hour DDAL adventure only with its own unique certs. It's legal for you and up to 5 of your friends. The adventure will take your character's race, class, and backstory into account, as well as your preferred play style. He'll run the adventure at a convention in 2020 that both of you guys, that everyone can attend to, such as Winter Fantasy, Gary Con, Origins, Gen Con, Gameho Con, any of the 6 Cold Iron conventions in the Milwaukee, Chicago area. He might even be willing to travel to you if you're within a few hours of Milwaukee. He'll work with you to make it an amazing as an experience as it can possibly be. There is only one donation available remaining for this. So if you want an adventure written for you by the great Greg Marks, you have an opportunity to still have that get done.
I could be talking out of my ass, but a really good friend of mine that I just recently made at Gen Con named Bill Allen, if I remember correctly, he was at Gary Con with Greg Marks, and I believe they played, I want to say. I know Bill played, but I want to say that Greg Marks, Greg was on there with him. I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, that did happen. But they were playing for Extra Life. It was like a special Extra Life game that they had at Gary Con. What are you looking at now?
Sorry. Oh, I didn't get to look at Lisa Penrose's Extra Life page.
I know, since we just found it together.
I know. Okay, so we have She's got a couple of things, a couple of pets, a couple of toys.
Blinskies.
So we've got Blinski's pet toys. I'll send you a pet toy certificate that can be applied to your familiar, steed, or animal companion, or pet. These trinkets might alter your pet's appearance, give it a spooky quirk, such as changing a Tressum's meows into mournful human cries, and or bestow an
it just
effect.
Screams no constantly.
That is cool. So you have the capability of getting a pet toy cert that can bestow the effect of a common magical item, along with giving it strange appearances or spooky quirks. That's a neat little cert. We've got a play. Oh, here's one of the bigger ones. A playful transformation. You haven't felt so good since entering Blinski's toy shop. Is this place up to code? Is it too bright in here? Does anyone else feel woozy? Are those stitches where your mouth should be? We've been tainted by your brush with Ravenloft. This certificate allows you to create a shadow magic sorcerer, and this archetype does not count against your player's handbook +1. This certificate will include an alternate shadow sorcerer quirks table themed for Blinski. That is neat. Although there's only 2 left available.
So whoever's going to be sitting on my table playing Ravenloft, I don't know.
Oh, and we just have some dope ass certs from Lisa Penrose on there, like.
Just saying.
That could be really wild. So
let me see what else she's got, because I was really excited about what Lisa was going to be putting out. Yeah, I mean.
It's a bunch of cool toys.
Okay, so what sold out? Because something sold out that was $150. It says, "Do not touch." You touch it. Oh, you touched it, didn't you?
There was a "do not touch"
sign on that toy for a reason, and now you're cursed. I'll send you a certificate that allows you to choose a dark gift from the expanded dark gifts table. Adventures League Season 4 to apply permanently to your character. Well, apparently Lisa likes Ravenloft as much as I do, because it sounds like she's.
I like the "do not touch."
I know Blinski, if I remember correctly, I haven't gotten that far in the book from where I'm reading, but if I remember correctly, he's in there. I think there's something about him in there.
I guess. Well, I mean, I don't know about it.
I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't want to tell you too much.
That's
but
fair.
With that being said, you probably should take a look at what she's got. Fritz is Mrs. You might maybe
Fritz
the
is Mrs. I like that one.
You know.
Joe just resubscribed with his Twitch Prime. Thank
Oh,
Hey!
thanks, Joe.
We need to get sparkles. We need to get crazy animations.
Like
We
the
need to,
GIF, remember where he's all in the GIFs. He's all. But yes, so I mean, there's probably some really good things in here for you guys to use. Just
So definitely go to Extra Life. Check out Travis Woodall, Amy Linderza, Greg Marks, Lisa Penrose. They've got some amazing stuff for donations. Even if you're not excited about any of the donations, giving to the children, I mean, we all love that. We were all kids once.
And Lisa's, since we named everybody who they're donating for their location, Lisa's for New Jersey. Hers is the New Jersey Children's Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where hers is going to. So we have Travis in Seattle, we have Amy Lynn in Philadelphia, we have Greg in Wisconsin, and we have Lisa in New Jersey. So that's pretty amazing. They've expanded pretty far out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's all lovely and wonderful and great and things of those things. Now that we've talked about some stuff, let's get on to the other bulk of the show.
No, Fritz, no. Then you're just gonna look like a homely farmer. You can't do that. And he says, "Be warned, ASN 78 will be bringing a dozen animals with it into the mist." Imagine a Warforged who's like, you know what? I decided I don't really want to leave Barovia. I just decided I'm gonna be a farmer.
I could see it.
I'm retired from war. I don't want to kill anymore. I just want to be a farmer.
I'm imagining like a tractor, but it's a Warforged, and it's like farmer, and he's just like, whoa.
Just herding animals.
I was walking into this mist, and then now I'm all of a sudden over here, and he's got like a trove of animals behind him. So I guess we'll start farming the land. we'll just get in there.
Oh, Fritz.
Slightly rusty, creaks a little bit when he moves, you know? There's my goat, and my goat's goat, and my goat's goat.
I will obtain my dreams of Disney princessness.
There has to be like a moment where like you do the Disney princess song moment.
Yeah, just a Warforged breaking out in song, just shooting bullets around him in a circle, you know?
The clouds part as like, you know, a ray of light is beamed on him. It's
just the Dark Lords trying to like help him out, make him feel good about himself.
Yeah. I wonder what the Dark Lord would really feel about like, you know, getting a Warforged like sent to Barovia. Like he's looking around like, okay, I can eat you, I can eat you, I can eat you, I can. What are you made out of now? Just like, I don't know how this is copacetic. I need to call the ladies that sent you here.
Oh, the Dark Lords will be just fine. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll be fine. He needs more iron in his diet.
ASN 78 is going to be in good hands with the Dark Lords, so it's fine.
Comforting, beautiful.
It will be beautiful. It will be a beautiful situation. There will be beauty in Barovia.
Now, speaking of races, we spent a little time.
Hello, Larry, and welcome.
Hey! B! I like to just shout out the letter A sometimes.
Yeah. Hey!
B!
Like he's Italian over here. Hey!
Yeah.
Hey! Hey!
That's what I do to my friends. I'll see them outside.
Well, we're all
and skip
friends
out.
here. I appreciate that,
Yeah.
Mike. Yeah, I appreciate
It's
that.
the only way I know how to show my appreciation.
My appreciation.
Yes.
Mm.
So I figured we would spend a couple of moments giving our opinions on Tieflings.
Oh, I just opened up the goddamn page to it, and then
Did
I
you
closed
really?
it. Yeah,
You
I
split it
did,
out.
and then I closed it up again. So, coming into going into hell,
Yes.
dealing with demons and devils.
That's-
And with the new season, allowing some of these characters to be able to have the ability of flight at a much sooner pace than normal, I realized I was going to have to start picking up Tieflings as a race that maybe I would play. I have played Tieflings very lightly. I've never really gone deeply into the Tiefling characters. I've never really even taken the time to read too much about their past. And as we've gotten into this and we are starting to learn a little bit about the things that are going on in the world of Boulder Gate and what happens there and where it leads to, I've had to learn a little bit about Tieflings. And I didn't realize how, metaphorically speaking, I could relate to them. So, you know, being a first generation Hispanic in the world that we're in and stuff like that, and some of the things that are going on culturally and politically and things like that. The Tieflings are a very interesting race, considering that they've been around since the beginning, since the world of Dungeons and Dragons started. It was one of the original races that were listed on there. I think the Tieflings it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
I mean, I never really delved deep into the history of a Tiefling. I've only really like read the little blurb that they have in the player's handbooks about like, okay, yeah, you've got horns and purple skin, and your eyes look funky, and that's like,
and you got
everyone hates you.
cool horns, and I mean, it's
but
like
I never really delved into the questions like, well, where did Tieflings come from?
I mean, you're like, oh, okay, Dungeons and Dragons, demons, sure, you know, like you kind of just assume. You're like, yeah, why wouldn't there be demon humanoid looking people?
Yeah.
You know, but then you start to read about it and you're like, I think their history is a lot even sadder than the Drow, and a lot more, the Drow I know are a little bit more confined, but that's because they choose to be. They choose to be like, well, we don't need to be out there that much because we're better than the rest of you. Whereas the Tiefling don't have that mentality. No. They don't have the mentality of like the elves where they know that they're some sort of a superior race. To them, it's almost they almost react to it like it's a burden, like a curse.
Well, let's start at like where Tieflings come from.
Right.
Do you know?
The womb.
I hate you so much. Do you know where Tieflings come from?
So when a mommy and a daddy really love each other.
So way back in the day, there was a human empire. The nobles of this human empire were obsessed with power. And what they had done is they began to form these pacts with devils for, superpowers.
Why do I feel like we're talking about the future of our world right now?
Well, because we are.
I mean, I think that's really cool. I think that the whole idea of like the humans just finding something to give them more of this deeper power. And of course, if you know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, when they start talking about demons and devils, there isn't just one. I mean, there is like a superior one, but there's many different of them.
Oh yeah. I'm sure at one point we're going to touch on the Blood War and Hell and all of the things going on.
Right.
But at the baseline, humans forged pacts with devils.
Mm-hmm. Devils, plural.
In doing so, it had cursed their children to take on these fiendish appearances.
Mm-hmm.
So these are things, horns. They no longer have like your standard eye. They're like all black or all a solid color. They don't have
it's either black, red, or sometimes white. Is it? No, white is not for them. White is a different race that has all white. I believe there's. No, it is some race in Eberron. I want to say it's the Changelings. I can't remember. One of them has all white eyes. Yes, Changelings. Changelings have all white eyes, but you never see it because they mask it. But they always mask it because they're changelings. So with that being said, though, their Tieflings, their eyes are always black or red.
Yeah,
it's solid.
They've also got features like tails, claws, sharpened teeth, in some cases cloven hooves, all sorts of these crazy things. What's unique is in the history of the Tiefling.
Rogue Joe. When one mommy demon really loves a human daddy. Okay. All right, we'll continue. No, because it is a little bit more than just that. With the history that Mikey is trying to get into, there is more than just that, because it's not just we have learned that it is not just getting these two, like one or the other together.
It wasn't love that made a Tiefling.
No, quite opposite. It's kind of like the Spaniards and what the Spaniards did too. You know what I mean? Like
the love of power, I guess you could say. I kind of like brought forth. I mean, it was not love that created Tieflings. It wasn't a devil and a human that were like, oh, I'm kind of attracted to you, or something of the sort. It was
or I'm going to make you. There's that. But
when Tieflings started to be born, these pacts with the devils the pacts were made with several different devils, and you actually ran into really variant looking Tieflings.
Oh, I'm wrong.
And I said, "That's not a tire. That's my wife." Are we back? Okay, rad. Welcome back. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Oh, look at where my name is. It's just Twinkling Lights. I think I like it like that a lot.
You just want to be Twinkling Lights?
Yeah, I just want to be Twinkling Lights next to
Okay. Well, Twinkling Lights.
Aren't we in this whole just thing called life of celestial beings? We're just twinkling lights.
Don't go there, dude. Don't even get started there, dude. So, right back to the history. Long story short, a ritual is performed that tied all of the Tieflings to Asmodeus, which was a power play. So all Tieflings nowadays are connected to Asmodeus in their fiendish kind of style, and you see much less variation in Tieflings like that, like scaled skin and all sorts of strange and bizarre things. So now, following with our modern Tiefling, we have what is called the Infernal Heritage. So this is, or Bloodline, that's what it's called, the Infernal Bloodline.
Mm-hmm, that's what it's called.
So this is kind of a really unique, storytelling thing. as it turns out, as soon as you get the infernal bloodline in your heritage, you always run the risk of producing a tiefling. There are times where this like infernal bloodline lays dormant in a family for a while.
Yep.
And then out of nowhere, a family just goes, boop, there's a tiefling.
Yes.
And normally what happens is they kill the child.
Yeah.
That's the most common.
Like, that's fucking brutal. That's what I'm saying. Like, people, because of the Drizzt books that have came out and stuff like that, you know, people think that drow tend to be the ones that are more abused and taken advantage of. But in reality, if you really read about the tiefling, like, they have such self-loathing almost of themselves. Like, they won't say that they hate themselves, but they don't trust their own kind. They don't. Yeah, I mean, it's a very. It seems like to be a little bit more of a lonely world for a tiefling, and they seem to be the kind of drawn to like one other person that they can really trust. I
mean, tieflings,
and they create bonds.
Tieflings have no homeland, and they're hated. They're the embodiment of hell, really.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I thought that from the popularity of just playing the game, I was given the thought that the drow were the hated ones. Like, those were the ones that everyone hated, and that was it. And the more I got into it, it's more, and I hate to put it this way, but it's almost pathetic. Like, it's like saddening, you know, of like a history that the tieflings have. And like, if you are a tiefling, how much of a bummer childhood might have been for you if you weren't in a group of a community of people like yourself. Like, if you're like, I'm a tiefling and I grew up around people that weren't tieflings my whole life, I can only imagine what kind of like backstory you would have to that, you know, like how much adversity you had to like really get through to like make it as an adult and not be a complete asshole.
Because I mean, growing up, no tiefling has like a smooth transition into adulthood. Most tieflings, through discrimination and hate and all of the things that reside around that, tieflings either swing towards like, you know, being evil and doing crime and making a living that way, or fighting against the stigma of all tieflings being evil and being like lawful good.
Well, think about it. It's like you're this race, and it's like you've been told your whole life that you're just a complete piece of shit, pretty much. And no matter what you do, you're seen negatively. So it's like, if you can't beat them, join them at that point. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like, that's any person. Let's think of IRL. You normally people, there's two different types of people in this world. People that have been abused that are going to be like, I am that person that my abuser has made me to be, and then they end up doing terrible things in the world and being that terrible person because that's what was made out of them. Or the other person is, they were abused and their abuser told them they were terrible, and they fought against it to prove that they were better than that and that they were better than what the world was telling them that they were. So like, why not a race that has human characteristics to it would not think the same way and react the same way?
That's fair.
You know, that's kind of to me that's why I think the tieflings are a lot more of a like hardship race. Like it's got to be way suckier for them, and the history that they have. It's that, ouch, you know, like their forefathers made a decision for them that they didn't get to make, and it's a price they're gonna have to pay for their generations forever.
Yeah, ever. It's like written into their it's their bloodline now.
It's like wild. It's like, imagine being born into a family where like everybody is like super good looking, and then like there's something about you that you don't like, you know what I mean? And you're like, and every day you have to grow up looking at yourself in the mirror being like, well, I'm not like the rest of my family, you know? That's gotta, I know because I grew up like that, so that's gotta suck, you know? And
I know you had horns and a tail and those beady eyes.
You would have thought I did.
No,
you know what I mean?
I saw childhood pictures. I know what you look
Plastic
like.
surgery.
Yeah.
Good doctors.
Good doctors.
Now I want them back. I need my horns back. Now I'm proud of them. But that's why I really like the story of the Tiefling. They're becoming one of this season has brought to light Tieflings. And like I knew a little bit about like the divas and like Asimars and all that kind of stuff, and they have a really really cool background also. But a Tiefling, I feel like I can really relate to.
Yeah.
Like I feel like my life in itself, I can relate to like the adversity. I just said the word and now I can't talk. But yes, I mean it's just having to fight against what everybody in society thinks that you are, and just trying to prove that you're not that.
There's
I like it.
So following that, there's also so Tieflings generically are a mixture between devils and humans. Now, throughout the history of the Tieflings, there's also been mentions of other races that have this split with devils. So they have like elves split with devils,
which are beautiful.
They're called
look them up.
Feyre. There's instances of orcs being split with devils, named the Tanaharok.
Terrifying.
There's dwarves as well. The Meluk.
They're crazy looking. The dwarf. How did you look at them? Did you get to see drawings of some of these some of these concepts?
The one that I liked the most and that I did the most research on was the halflings that are split with devils, and they're the whisperlings. And like I'm a huge fan of like these small little demon dudes. And they're like halflings. And like the embodiment of a halfling is so unlike like the mentality of a devil, or like the pain and suffering that would come along with being a tiefling, and then who you are as a halfling. Like those.
Yeah, you're already like this half human elf thing that nobody really cares for anyways. Everyone's kind of already like about you, and then now you add the tiefling concept to it. Because I mean, you got to think about it. Like, I mean, in this world of races, where obviously different races constantly are falling in love with other race, like someone from a different race, what would happen if a tiefling did fall in love with someone? Or that person fell in love with or they fell in love with each other, I guess you could say, and they were a dwarf and a tiefling. You know what I mean? Like what? There's
strange things happen, man.
Yeah, and it's really cool because again, you're getting back into the storylines of like having to then now create this sub community within each other because no one else can trust them, and because they're blasphemous to whatever it is that they believe in, you know. So the tieflings, dope.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool. So let's talk about some of their special features or their traits as per your D&D, character building. So they get ability score increases. What increases do they get?
Let's see. They get charisma and they get an intelligence.
Now, following that, one of my favorite things, so the bonus to charisma. When you think of a tiefling, you don't think of beauty. Really, like a tiefling, like their development and their design in the world, like they're not prized as beautiful. So their bonus into charisma is less about like how they look and more about like their characteristics and their speech.
Yes, it's the way they talk, the way they kind of present themselves. Tieflings, at least with the NPC tieflings that I've encountered, they've always been very obviously charismatic. They've always had a way of being able to talk or get people to trust them to lead a group of people, because they intellectually can be able to make a decision about something very easily. And a lot of tieflings that I've encountered that were NPCs were very they're very high end, like they're very like regal, the ones that you did deal with that weren't like pieces of crap, you know what I mean, that were like I think villains.
you kind of like had to be.
Yeah, you have to be with the fine robes and
I think the charisma aspect of the tiefling is more about survival. Like
I would definitely agree with that. And even if you're not like meant to be a bad one, and if you're going to translate like someone that's super, super nice being charismatic, then even more so, then you got a really sweet person on your hands who just you trust, and they're the way they talk to you can be so charismatic that you're like, I could tell you anything about me and I trust that you'll keep my secrets, and you'll always give me the best advice. Like that's what I imagine. Like sweet
always
tieflings
give
being.
me the best advice.
Yeah.
Well, when I was living in the slums,
I saw some shit.
I saw some things, but I learned some stuff.
Yeah.
So their age, tieflings mature.
Oh,
at the same
devil
rate
and a
as humans.
pixies. There is a race that's seen that is a devil and a fairy mix. I did see that too. Did you see that? Oh yeah, it's like one of those hybrid races. Like you know what I mean? It's like a little offside one, but they're little shitheads, but they're awesome.
There is one.
I can't remember the name of them, but yeah, Larry, I saw those.
One thing to note is they try to make clear distinctions between like half demon and like a tiefling. There's a huge like half demon. You have the nature of demon like inherently built into you, whereas a tiefling they're not inherently like evil, or they're not like they have the features of a devil, but they don't have like the mentality per se. Like they're not built into it. Versus like half devil is like, okay, well you're very clearly like devil, or like half dragon, you're very clear like you have the dragon, versus like half dragon and dragonborn.
Right.
So it's similar, however there's a very clear distinction between their like alignments and
but for a dragonborn also it's a very proud race.
True.
You know what I mean?
Versus like half dragon, like generally a
Right.
half dragon is like evil, and their mentality is very dragon-esque, versus dragonborn can still have their own personality.
Right. And no, Larry, I'm rereading what you wrote. It's not an imp. An imp is something completely different. I just can't remember the name of what the tiefling and the pixie mix are. There's a specific name from Quasit? Is that what it is? I can't remember the name of it. I can't.
It's a lemure.
But it is a lemure.
It is a lemure.
A lemure is a big blob of blue shit.
It is the embodiment of the Pixar is a devil, no?
No.
You put together no wings. Chubby little man.
Why do I keep him around? Why do I keep
Just
him
like,
around?
okay, sometimes it does not work. No?
No.
Yes?
No. No, we just no.
Just we. So tieflings, back to to their age. Tieflings mature at the same rate as humans, but live a few years longer. They generally live about 40 years longer than humans. Their alignment. So this is kind of like what I was talking about between like half devil and tiefling. Is that the alignment? Tieflings, they don't really have an like innate tendency towards evil, even though because of the way they're treated in life, they generally like end up evil. But they have like their only nature inclines them to be more or less chaotic. So, and that's kind of like, again, like as you are treated poorly through your whole life, you either strive to be like good, but it's kind of chaotic in nature because, I mean, your life is chaotic.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I would see a tiefling who, if they weren't evil, the reason they would be chaotic is because they're very emotionally driven. Where if they get angry, something would happen because in consequence of that anger, you know? And if they're super sad, there would be consequences that would happen because that something they would do because of their sadness. That's why I would see it as chaotic. It would be something that would be very emotion driven of reactions.
Following that, they're the same size and build as a human.
Mm-hmm.
Their speed is 30 feet, but they do have a cool, trait. They have dark vision. Seeing the darkness.
Now, something that they do have now, because their language, normally, if you would think about it, they're going to be raised under common, right? Yeah. Like that's what they would be raised as. Because the character has infernal, something that's really cool is that you can make it, when you're playing your character, you can role play them as like something happens and they just happen to know infernal. Like certain things start to come up as they're maturing. And because they're maturing, it's
waking up. I see glyphs.
Yeah, like they're awakening this like deep in just kind of what's the word when you're asleep for too long? When it's like a bear when it hibernated. You know what I mean? Like it's hibernating within them, you know, and it clicks as they start to mature. Then all of a sudden you start being able to understand things, and like you see infernal, and you're like, wait, I know what that word is. Why do I know that word? Well, because it's ingrained in you. You know what I mean? And maybe it didn't come out until
it says, like, "Do not touch."
You know, or you're under some immense amount of stress, and something super stressful happens, and you happen to just start screaming in infernal. You know, like I think that would be a really cool like way of seeing how your speech starts to come through an infernal. You know, like imagine if like you don't speak it, but it says it does on your character sheet because that's what you get as a character, and you're like, how does that fit in my story? How would I know infernal? Well, you're sitting in hell and something happens, and you're like, wait, why did I just understand like 4 words out of like 10? Now we can decipher this sentence, you know what I mean? And you can get like bits and pieces out of it, and that's something that even the DM can help like role play with.
So Fritz is like, amazing. I mean, I can tell how angry Chris is by the level of English in their sentences. The less English, the more trouble I'm in. Feels Tiefling like their default setting, even though they've covered it up with the language of the society they lived in. So they begin speaking common, and they just start slipping in infernal until it's all infernal.
I think the cleric can relate to that. I'm sure my son can relate to that.
I can relate to that.
To that comment. When I just start speaking more Spanish, and then a couple words of English starts like kind of coming out, it's like, oh man. So like yeah, there you go. Like Harry Potter speaking snake. When
that's a cool way to kind of to integrate like the infernal language.
You know, if you're really trying to role play your character, that's something that I think would be really freaking cool to kind of like make that part of it.
I also like to have hellish resistance, so they have resistance to fire damage. That's a really cool perk, especially if you're going to Avernus.
Imagine if your tiefling doesn't know that because they've been raised around humans their whole life, and then all of a sudden they get set on fire and they think they're gonna be in pain and they're screaming, and then all of a sudden they're like,
"I'm okay."
Oh wait, okay. I mean, there's just so many cool things about this that I think the fact that the magic that if you're playing a character that doesn't play magic, and then all of a sudden you start to have like these certain spells that start coming out the older you get, again, it's maturing your character and them being under these stressful situations that maybe are teaching them how to do these things.
I'm imagining like a tiefling learning that they have like resistance to fire as they're a chef and they're like cooking, and then they're like, oh no, my souffle, it is hot, or you know, my souffle is just burning. They like reach into the stove to grab it barehanded, and they put it up there, and like everyone around them is like, are you
or
okay?
their tail accidentally is in the stove touching it, and everyone's like, what the hell? And he's like, what? What? Sorry. And they turn around like, oh, my tail, and they're like, wait, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Oh, it does not burn.
Oh man,
that's the Swedish chef.
The Swedish chef?
Yes, I am immune to your fire.
So, Mikey, if you were playing a tiefling, then
yes.
What kind of tiefling would you play? Like, what class would you make your tiefling? With all this information and all this, give me a quick class and backstory. Make something up.
I would pick a rogue. Yeah. Okay. So check this out.
Okay.
I would not pick a rogue. I would pick a wait, I'm almost there. Just a little longer. Hold on a second. I think I got it. I would pick a rogue.
That song.
I would. God, you're gonna get us kicked off the air.
There you go.
I would pick a rogue.
Right, Eric? Rogues are pretty cool.
I would pick a rogue. I would be lawful evil.
Okay.
And my character's whole like the intensity of it would be like a thief for hire. And I would ultimately attempt to become like a crime lord. Now, how I would fit this into like Adventures League or like working with a team of people, I have no idea how I would exactly do that.
Interesting.
I feel like I would succumb to the pressures of the world against me. You know, being mistrusted and hated. Like,
you're just gonna go ahead and play on it.
Yeah, I would accept it. I wouldn't fight it. I wouldn't try to be something that something else that I think I am. I think it would just be so ingrained into my character's development early on that I wouldn't be able to break away from it.
Would you have been born within two tieflings, or how would your story, the backstory, go for your parents?
I think I would have been.
Was one a human and one a tiefling? Like how?
I would have been born from two tiefling parents in the slums of a city.
Larry says that they would be a cleric tiefling. Would you be a dark tiefling or a dark cleric or a cleric of light? What kind of cleric would you be?
A cleric of trickery.
See, I'm creating a character, and I decided that I wanted to be I'm going to be a bard tiefling, and she has some issues with dealing with the world. So she doesn't trust a lot of people. So her best friend is an imaginary friend, but to her it's not imaginary because it's there, and it's there because it's her tail. Her tail.
Oh
is her
yeah,
friend.
no, I like that character development, is like having your tail like have a mind of its own.
Yeah, and like the tail is kind of the star of the show, is how I'm gonna make it, and I'm just the second in command to the show, and it's the tail. And I'm kind of like the shy one, whereas the tail's got all the personality. And I would make mine. Her backstory would probably be that she was born to two humans, and was right before she got killed, her grandmother stopped them, and promised that she would take care of it. But her parents despised her as she grew up, and like were scared of her. But her grandmother was the only one that she could trust.
Does Nana have poor vision?
No, Nana just has a lot of life experience and had a lot of different friends when she was younger, and is a lot more accepting of the feelings of people, and saw a child that was just born instead of a creature.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
kind of what the where I'm gonna go with it. I think that'd be a really interesting dynamic for hell. Would it make her or break her? You know, like, will it make her a better person? Will she want to be even better coming out of hell? Or will she end up being like, you know what, I think I'm going to become just like the rest of my people. I didn't know that these guys existed. And now maybe I might become one of them. Or maybe I'm going to fight against them.
I feel... Oh, here's a question. Do you think Avernus would be welcoming to a tiefling?
It could go either way. I could see that going two different ways. It could be like, you're not a pure demon, so you're disgusting. Or it could be like they just treat them like they're all children, no matter how old you are. You're just a child to them, because to them
That's what I would think.
They would get treated like second hand. You know what I mean? Like almost very handmaidenish. I don't know if you've ever watched The Handmaid, but I would see like tieflings in hell being almost like abused, like servant type of a deal. You know, like you will accept you, but you're really still not one of us. You know, we're superior.
I mean, you smell like lavender, but you're not really lavender.
Yeah, we're better than you because we are what made you. You know what I mean? But I think it also depends on who you encounter in Avernus. Like who's down there? Because maybe there's something even more below you, and they still fear you.
Something super spooky.
You know, like maybe there's things that are just that would even be scared of you because they know that even you are more powerful because you do possess the soul, like the spirit of a demon, whereas they don't. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see how Danny runs this game on Tuesdays. On Tuesday evenings, just to let you guys know, you've seen DM Danny, who converses in our chat once in a while. Starting next Tuesday, correct?
Yeah.
Next Tuesday, we will be descending into Avernus.
Yeah.
And we will be finding out what happened.
Not you.
Oh, I thought you were playing.
No. I don't think I'm playing.
I thought I saw your name on the list.
No.
Well, I don't know. I know.
I'm scared of the devils.
And we will be running it on Roll20, so it will be remote from everyone's location, but it will be under one thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Next Tuesdays. Every Tuesday.
Next Tuesday evening. And
Is it every Tuesday?
It'll be every Tuesday.
From when to when?
I want to say 6 or 7 is when it starts. I can't remember what time.
Okay. We'll get the details for you guys.
Yeah, we'll get some deets, and we will we'll go over them on Thursday.
7 to 10. There it is. Or at 7:10.
At 7:10
At
from
7:10.
Danny.
So,
7 to 10, not 7:10. I know, Danny.
Tune in next week, 7 to 10. Tune in next week, 1 o'clock. We'll have another Cleric Talk. Where we'll
Every Tuesday afternoon, Cleric Talk, and then we're going to, until however long it takes to finish the descent, we will be going into hell and venturing through hell, and we will see what's going on every Tuesday from 7 to 10.
Meet
starting
Danny.
next week.
Danny's a fantastic DM. Meet the crew. I believe the Cleric will be playing.
Yes, he will.
It'll be a wild ride, and I hope that you guys make it through. I hope that we all make it through.
What do we play Dauntless on? We play every other Thursday. This Thursday is our Dauntless gaming.
Are you playing PC?
I don't know. It all depends on how it goes. Normally I play on PlayStation, but due to streaming purposes, lately we have been having to put me onto the PC, which I still.
However, it is cross-platform.
That's why we play it, because it is one of those super diverse games. Not only is it fun and you get to just beat on monsters and just build your armor. I mean, it's just super simple and fun gaming.
You're super simple and fun gaming.
Thanks. And yes, PlayStation. Thank you, Stefan Burritos. I will add you onto PlayStation. And yes, Laura will be playing on the Tuesday games. But back to Dauntless, we will have that on Thursdays. So every other Thursday. Every other Thursday, aside from that one, is when we play.
We do the Essentials kit.
The Essentials kit, which leads us into Icefire Peak.
Yeah, there's a dragon. I tune in every other Thursday where I try to kill them all.
Poor Tom.
I almost TBK'd you guys. It was fantastic. Everyone was on the edge of their butt.
Lee and I were talking about it, and just that whole edging into death is that's exciting.
I felt the only thing about that adventure that I was kind of sad for was that Lee spent a vast, several turns.
He was
unconscious.
okay with it though.
He was on fire in the chats, dude. He had nothing but one-liners, and I loved it.
I know. Love that guy.
So
he's fantastic.
Yeah, this Thursday we're gonna play Dauntless. The following Thursday we're gonna continue our adventures in the Essentials kits. If you guys haven't picked up the Essentials kit, definitely do it. It's a great introduction if you're a new player. If you're an experienced player, the adventure is really a lot of fun.
It is. It's a good game.
The guidelines is AL legal.
Oh, and it's AL legal.
It is AL legal. So if you're going to play it with AL rules so that you can earn all the AL stuff, especially for the month of October.
Yes, don't forget about getting that candy corn.
Which I'm pretty upset because we're not playing it with AL rules because we decided at the beginning, and now we are starting to regret it for this month.
I'm not regretting anything.
Oh, I am.
Are you really?
I wish we could have done it.
Dude, we'll get candy. Bruh. Do we want to just do some 1v1s? Carne asada! Other than that, thank you guys for watching. We have more shows, more things coming out. We're constantly working on new and amazing things here in the studio.
Are we doing a confession?
Are we doing a confession?
Yeah.
Do you have a confession?
Yeah, I got a confession.
You have a confession?
Yeah, I got a confession.
This is my confession.
My confession is, as I have been planning this Curse of Strahd game,
yes,
and as I've sat and spoken to, let's say, our wonderful friend Lee, who has DM'd Curse of Strahd himself and has played the 2nd edition version down to the 5th edition version, and has schooled me on the differences and the cool extras behind the story and all the extra things about Strahd himself. All of you are fucked. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after all of you.
I really want you to see my character. I really will, actually, not you specifically. I want everyone else that we're playing with to see my character.
Am I gonna get booted out of the chat so that you guys can start playing?
No, dude, you have to. I'm building a dossier for my character, and it's. I mean, I think it'll be laughed and mocked at, but it's gonna be so.
Look it.
So good.
Let me just give you guys a quick lowdown. We're waiting on Chris to give us the finalized of what she's going to be playing. We have an idea of what she's going to be, but I won't finalize her character. But we have Barovia. We have a human preacher who is classing himself as a bard. Okay, not a cleric.
You know what his name is?
He is a bard preacher, so that he can inspire you with the word.
He's a choir boy.
Palar, right?
Palar.
Yeah. Palar.
Preacher boy. He's a little choir boy.
Which he is going to either completely never trust anybody coming out of Barovia, or he is going to be the greatest preacher of all time.
He is. Well,
we will find out.
We will.
But I have a feeling he will be crouched in a corner crying like a baby.
No, I don't think so.
And then we have an amazing Warforged that is probably going to be making an appearance into Barovia.
Goats on goats on goats.
What? Yeah, lots of goats. Lee was like, oh, there's this encounter with like this goat. You could probably skip it. I was like, I can't be skipping shit with goats in it. If Fritz finds out that there was a battle with a goddamn goat that he could have maybe tried to befriend and be given a chance, I would be crucified forever and never trusted again to DM a game. And Lee said, fair enough. So there will be giant goats. There will be just complete horrific chaos. I've been watching horror movies. I've been watching American Horror Story. I'm just trying to pick up all these ideas again of like things to just completely just torment you guys. And then the cleric, I have to tell you. Yeah. We have a Minotaur that's going to be showing up to Barovia.
Oh, yeah. In the chat, we need to figure out like how all of our characters tie in together.
They don't really need to tie in together. The mist will tie you all together. The mist will be your...
I'm going to wake up and see a robot and a Minotaur and something else and be like, okay. Well, it's hello, Mr. Minotaur. Hello, robot.
See, look at Fritz. I would lose my cookies if I missed a chance to save goats.
And trash pandas. Because trashy pandas are the best.
So, with that being said, my confession is I'm coming for
So a Minotaur, a robot, and a cat walk into a bar.
It's so true. Okay, so Chris is going... So did Chris confirm on the tabaxi that she was going to be? I don't know. But all I know is that it is going to be crazy races that are going to be going into Barovia, mixing it with the Barovian people, and I'm very curious on you as the only human how you're going to navigate through this world.
I just want everyone to know that I have a negative in my con and in my dexterity.
Yeah. So everybody knows
we gotta have a Deadpool.
We will be running our games with point buy, so it's not gonna be rolled. So it's gonna be a lot more well-rounded characters, and it's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge. It's not gonna be like, hey, I got 2 18s.
That's right. I chose to take negatives because because
you're really role playing.
This is going to be the character of all characters that I've ever made. I'm trying really hard.
I really appreciate it. All of you guys are trying really hard on what did I just see? Bullshit.
Oh, I wanted to roll.
You can come roll with the homies. That's all the rolling you're going to be doing, bro. You ain't rolling dice for your fucking stats. Sorry. So.
Anywho.
Anything for you to confess?
Yeah. Do we have the animated Esperanza right now? Is that up, or does that still need to be added in?
So Mikey's
It's
in.
in when somebody subs.
Oh,
Red. Okay.
Okay, so when you sub, there is a slightly animated version of the Chibi Esperanza Tabaxi.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to do a quick sub right now and wants to see it pop up.
Or does it do it for follows
No,
too?
a follow, it does do it for follows?
You can also do a follow.
Okay, so now we just changed it for follows too.
I'm bringing it up.
She's doing a thing. All right. So, because we're trying to bring you the greatest stuff.
Circus of all time.
Yeah. So I'm still working on kind of getting some animations and some cool like artwork and things that we can kind of display while we do our streams. Well, as soon as it comes up, you'll see a nice. It's a very simple animation of Esperanza, but when I first built it, I really wanted to keep it, but let me know when the animation goes on. It's going. Okay, so it zooms in, right?
I can't
You
even
can't
see it. Oh, wait. Yes, I can.
All right. You see how? So it's gonna zoom in, right?
You bastard.
So it gets better. So as I'm building the animation, I had it zoom, but it zoomed in on her chest first, and then I was like, well, this is terrible. And so like that's where I came up with like the little like eye raise thing. Da-da.
J-Dub's Verge is submitted.
Thank you for the sub, JW.
But yeah, so that's my confession is that I am terrible at making these little animations.
That is not that bad.
No, but so the other part is right because I have to chop it up into like this is the head, this is the hair, and things like that. So I currently have a bald Esperanza. She's got no hair. It's just her head. It's so funny. It's a really terrible picture.
Don't ever let SB see that. She'll get so sad.
That'll be our next badge. If you subscribe for 1 month, you get a bald Esperanza.
No, poor SB. She'll be so sad.
She looks great.
She'll be like, "Why did you make me look like my husband?"
It's because the clone stamp tool, dude. I'm sorry. I had to make your hair go wavy. But yeah, that's my confession.
Mierda is what she would say. Completamente mierda.
Also, I need to fix it because it didn't look like there were transparencies in the darkness. So, gotta fix that.
Well, thank you guys for joining. It is another day that has gone by that we've got our Cleric talks. And we talked about some really cool things today. We went over Tieflings. We went over Extra Life and all the cool things they have going on there.
Liars Night 2019.
Liars Night for the rest of the month, which is something if you are an AL player, I would definitely make sure that you're trying to get in as much gaming this month, which is a really good month because there's not a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
For like events.
There is one other announcement. There's one other thing.
The Nerd Fair. Is that what we're talking about?
No. This is actually happening this weekend.
What's that?
It is Roll20Con.
Shut up.
If you guys don't know about this,
I
Roll20Con it's an online convention. There's a ton of games to sign up, DM, and play for. Check it out, Roll20Con.
We'll have to take a look at that.
They're gonna do streams so you can watch people like Adam Corbel and a couple other people. Adam's gonna be playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so that'll be cool to watch. They do a fantastic job, really good. I mean, I enjoy watching the stream, so check out Roll20Con. We might do something about that. We might not. I don't know.
We'll find out. But Larry, thank you so much, and we really appreciate you coming in and being part of the community now.
And I also have to figure out who Stuffed Burrito is.
Yeah. Oh, he was getting you throughout the stream. I don't know. Whoever stuffing burritos is, it's perfect for perfect for Halloween. It's terrifying. Thank you, Stuffing Burritos, for giving me nightmares for the next couple weeks.
Book, Wall of the Dead. I was playing as a bard. So the only you know who hates me is DT. DT hates me.
But
we
that-
know that he's the Lord of Hyperion. So.
I
No
know.
problem. Now I'm gonna have like I've been watching American Horror Story, so now I'm gonna have like nightmares about like Twitch fans coming to get us.
Okay, so Stefan
Can
brings
you
us.
imagine? Imagine that American Horror Story. They come after streamers.
Oh, okay, I know exactly who Stefan Bray does.
Oh, wait. Why
Well,
does that
okay.
name sound familiar?
It's code. It's code for me.
Okay.
So this isn't the this isn't. Is this David or is this?
No, make it mysterious. Don't tell us. Don't tell us. We'll see you later, Stefan
we're ready.
Burritos.
No!
Oh, bye!
Bye! Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. This is me running places.
Who is
We
this
gone?
chick?